This is my review of the Rwby official manga, Chapter 10, and right off the bat, I just gotta say I love this opening page. It really just sums up what everyone's doing without you having to go back and check the last chapter. I know once it's compiled into a manga or whatever this is gonna end up being, this won't be that useful, but here, where the chapters come out like a month apart, this is pretty cool. I like it. And just little details here. Neptune just struggling with all his might not to fly off Yang's motorcycle. Sun trying and failing to be stealthy. And Rwby just trying to impress and Weiss, which really isn't working. Anyway, then we move on to Yang. She's talking to Junior about Roman Torchwick and trying to get information. I just love seeing the twins in the background, like looking around the corner, like, she's back. At first I thought they were scared, but they look more unamused. I think it's the best way I could describe them. And of course, Yang is having this full conversation with him while she's at freaking gunpoint with like 10 different people. Gotta love Neptune. Yang, do you have a different definition for the word friend? Meanwhile, over at Beacon's Cross-Continent Transit Tower, or CCT for short, Rwby and Weiss are going in trying to get some information from Weiss's family. Though, interesting enough, they decided to split up here, which I thought was interesting. Definitely different than in the main series. I just absolutely love Ruby's line, too. Yeah, well, I guess you better just introduce me to your folks as your bestest bud. Which, oh god. If you know anything about the main series or Weiss's family, you know how absolutely terribly awful that would go. I mean, Weiss's mother is probably already drunk at this point of the day, and just some slurred words as you met her, like, oh, Weiss's friend, that's nice. And I say that from a lot of experience I don't want to get into. And her father, I don't even want to imagine that. Anyway, they split up with Rwby being assigned to going in town, getting some information, and seeing what she can find, which, you didn't really need to come with Weiss for that, but hey, whatever. And this part right here, I just really liked it. Ruby's commenting on all the Atlesian soldiers marching through town, the military airships flying in the sky. She says something feels off about it, and she's right. This is literally exactly what Ozpin warned Ironwood about. People are going to see the soldiers, they're going to see the military, they're going to see the weapons, and they're going to be afraid. They're going to know something is off. And as much as Rwby is portrayed as a dunce throughout a good chunk of the series, she's not an idiot, and she can tell something's wrong, and other people will too. They are going to see these people, these soldiers, and they are going to know that they are not safe, that there is something coming for all of them, and that will just feed the grim. Anyway, then a little boy runs in the street to try to get his ball, and simultaneously, Rwby and Penny both run to his defense, which, oh my god, I just love that. I mean, they weren't even near each other. They both saw the boy and they both ran towards him. Just a sign that they are both, born huntresses. They are both saviors, protectors of the world. And just such a great scene. Anyway, then the Atlesian soldiers show up and chase after Penny. I do like it, though. She doesn't want to involve Rwby, and she just runs away like, oh, pardon me, Miss Rwby, I must be off. And, Rwby, oh god, you just gotta love her. She shoots forward at full speed and dashes through the streets. I'm a little disappointed by the scene. I mean, just a little bit. In the main series, this was honestly probably one of my favorite scenes animated. Just Rwby dashing through the streets, going full speed ahead. Looked so cool, and it's Rwby picking her up and carrying her away, which adorable, especially for anyone who ships nuts and Dalt, which kind of do. Not as much as White Rose, but not important. But yeah, like I said, one of the few times I thought the main series did it better. I mean, very few times with this one. Literally, if you've watched any of my other videos, I do nothing but praise this manga because it is just so absolutely amazing. It does things so much better than the main series did. It does foreshadowing, it hints at things, it better portrays the themes the series is trying to go for. I just loved all of it. Anyway, then we flash over to Blake and Son, who are infiltrating the White Fang with their grim masks. And they're a little surprised to see Torchwick standing on the stage, trying to command the Faunus. And, oh my god. You just gotta love Torchwick's personality here. Haha, I appreciate the standing ovation. I mean, literally. That is just so Torchwick for him to say. Anyway, then after that short reprieve, we shoot back over to Rwby and Penny. They manage to escape the soldiers, and once more, Penny's trying to get away. She doesn't want to involve Rwby in this. She's worried about her. And it's a very different approach for Rwby to take here. I mean, she says, I get it, something bigger is going on, but I won't pry. We're friends, so I'll take you at your word. I mean, this is very different from the Rwby we saw in the main series. She literally probably like, Penny, 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 tell me what's going on. Here she just has faith in her friend. Faith that she'll, talk to her if she needs her. Talk to her about what's bothering her, which she really shouldn't after Blake basically bolted instead of talking to her. But hey, you do you, Rwby. Your optimism is one of the things I love about you. And then she basically just says, so you're saying you're a robot built by the Atlas military. Not gonna lie, this was a big twist for me, at least in the main series. When I first saw this, I'm like, oh, she's a robot. Not surprising at all in this form. I mean, she literally like beeped and booped and spoke in the most robotic fashion imaginable. I can't imagine a lot of people would be, if they had never seen the main series and just read this, would be all too surprised to find out she was a freaking robot. As she says, she is the first synthetic person capable of producing an aura, which basically means she has a soul, so yay? She just says something else that's pretty interesting. The skin is meant to conceal my identity. And you can see where the skin's worn off after you hit the truck, so you can see the muscly robotic things underneath, which, interesting. I'm kind of curious what she would look like, without her skin. I think that'd be pretty cool to see. But honestly, I feel like the skin is as much a part of her as anything inside her, any of the muscles or gears or whatever the hell that's running her. And for her to say it's not part of her is depressing in a way. It's really showing that she does not see herself as a human. She sees herself as a machine. Even if she can produce an aura, she's a tool, essentially, even if she has feelings. I just thought that was a very interesting line for her to say. And Rwby just handles this all completely fine. I mean, she's like, even Penny's like, is that all you have to say? Humans do not make friends with robots. And then, oh my god, I just love this line. No matter what sort of person she may be, the fact of your friendship remains unchanged. You told me that, Penny. Oh my god, that was... Oh, I love that. I absolutely love that. I mean, when Penny first said the line, I thought, oh, that's such a great line. But here for Rwby to use it back on her, to tell her, say the same thing to her, I mean, God, it was just so perfect. It so perfectly encapsulates their friendship. I mean, Penny looks like she's on the verge of crying when she says that. And oh my, and then in her next line, as she's literally crushing Rwby in a bear hug, you are the most optimal friend I've ever known. Oh my god, I freaking love you, Penny, so much. I freaking love you. So Penny basically explains she takes walks when she's feeling lonely, but now that she's a friend, she doesn't feel quite so lonely anymore. Oh my god, I freaking love you, Penny. But of course, we can't end on a happy note. I mean, first she tells her to keep a secret, and then she tells her, one final thing, Rwby. Please be careful. Danger encroaches upon our world. Danger? And again, this is just so much better. In the main series, Penny says, I need to protect the world in the upcoming war. And Ruby's like, what war? We're at a time of peace. That's not what the man who built me said. It just had Penny as this child who knew nothing of the outside world except what she had been essentially programmed to think or know or whatever. Here, she's more aware. She's realizing that not everyone knows about the danger that's coming. Not everyone knows that there is danger on the horizon, that people are going to die, that there is a war approaching. And here she feels the need to tell her friend that there is danger approaching. Not to just casually mention that she's going to be fighting in the upcoming war, but to actually warn Rwby, there is danger coming. You must be careful. It just shows such a more intelligent Penny than we saw in the main series. I really like that. Anyway, flashback to Blake and Son, and Torchwick has a giant-ass robot. Because of course he does. The Atlesian Paladin. Oh, also, he has a couple dozen of them. Which he could basically use to wipe out an entire freaking city. So, yay. If he manages to convince the Faunus he's on their side by basically saying that he also wants the world turned upside down, he has the power to bring out change, and if they join him, they can be part of that change. And they don't just agree, they roar, they scream, they clap, they applaud. I mean, the panel's literally like, roar! As they're just shouting and shouting, chanting, this is what they want. They want to seize the power. They want to kill all the humans who have put them down time and time again. And this moment with Blake is just so amazing for her character. I may have been wrong. I thought taking down Roman would stop all this. I believe that, but it's not looking that way anymore. For a lot of the main series, Blake has blamed Adam or Torchwick or whoever is currently in command of manipulating the Faunus, tricking them and using them, but here she's realizing they don't really need to be tricked. They already have this anger, this raw emotion inside them that's begging, screaming for an outlet. They want to change. They want to fight back against the oppressors who've been kicking them down for their entire lives, and if the opportunity comes about where they can use violence to make change, or even just to get out some of their frustration, they will do it because they're angry, and that anger has been building up for a very long time. Blake is realizing that here, that the Faunus don't just need to be saved from this menace, they need to be saved from their anger. She needs to find a way to help them let go of it, to move them past it. And she just does not know how she could possibly do that right now. I mean, I said last video that I was really liking Blake because she was, pouting a bit and in a foul mood because of all this, but she was still, talking to her team, trying to be productive, trying to do all that. This might change it. And once Blake comes to the realization that this is what the Faunus are right now, I think she's going to enter a very dark, grim period, and I'm not sure what's going to, break her free of it. Maybe Yang inviting her to a dance. You never know. And our last panel is honestly just freaking beautiful. I mean, so much this series is, but this right here is something else. Torchwick sees Blake in the crowd somehow and calls her vermin, which racist, but moving on. Tells everyone else that she's the enemy. She needs to be taken out, and all this rage and hatred they had focused on humanity is now turned against her. Our own people have turned against her, and at this moment right now, they are willing to kill her. They would be happy to kill her because they view her as a threat. For no other reason, the guy that has the big weapon says she is a threat. I mean, just Jesus Christ, this is pretty freaking grim. So, next chapter, September 24th, that hits. Blake and Son are gonna somehow have to escape a room full of dozens and dozens of White Fang recruits who hate her with every ounce of their being. Probably won't be that easy. Why still needs to contact her family's company and get hold of records, try to use them to track down the White Fang. I'm kind of curious what excuse she's going to use. I mean, main series just said, oh, it's for a school project. I'll be careful with them. Yeah, that makes absolutely no freaking sense. I'm hoping she comes with a better lie than that for this series, but we'll see. That's already a pretty busy chapter. I feel like that would end with them meeting back up again, preparing for the, what comes next, but hard to say. But yeah, let me know your thought in the comment section down below. Are you still enjoying the Rwby official manga? Do you think it's better than the main series? Think it's worse than the main series? Why and why not? Just let me know. I'm curious. Be sure to like and subscribe if you don't want to miss my next video. And until then,